Welcome everyone back to the European Journeyman. In today's episode, we have two games at AGF. We are away to Brøndby and then at home to Nordsjælland in the Danish Super League. So obviously we did our big transfer special last time. So if you didn't see that, go catch up on the last episode because we did a lot of business. But as you can see, financially, things are going much better. We do have more debt because the new owner, the new takeover, did get a loan out to clear the debts. But hopefully we'll be able to pay that off. Sponsorship is okay, but we are very much expected to do okay this year. We've done a very good rebuild. We've got rid of all the dross and we've got in some very decent players. As you can see, we've actually got a couple of players in the best key players. So we've got Magopa, our new striker, Nagel, who's on his way out to Man United, but we are getting back on loan. So we've got a couple of boys in there that have made the Dream 11 as well. So I think we'll do okay. We're not expected to be in a league challenge. That's not the aim. Obviously, in terms of Europe, well, not obviously, but in terms of Europe, basically you have to get in the top 6. And then basically, I think top 5 gets it. I don't know exactly how it works. It's a little bit confusing. The Cup obviously gets one as well. Then that's another thing. We'd probably want to go quite far in the Cup this year. If we win, if we win the Cup, you're getting in the Europa League playoff. So not bad at all. There's not that many rounds. You'd only have to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You only have to win 6 games in the Cup. So I would like to do that. There is obviously some money as well, I imagine. There's really not much money in it. So it's really just for getting you into Europe. But that's got to be the goals. But we have, of course, got to do well in the league. And this is the team we're going with. We will, of course, take Mesa out because he's injured. A couple other boys are injured, but, you know, we'll take Poulsen out as well. Again, a couple of boys on the way out. We'll just shove Rash on the bench because why not? A couple of players still to come in. But this is the team we're going with for our first game of the season. It's very changed to last year. Thank God we don't have Hutters in goal anymore. We signed 3 goalkeepers. They're all better than him, but they didn't come available until this summer. So thankfully we will never ever see Hutters in goal again. He is absolutely honking. Hutters is gone. And we've got Iverson, former Leicester boy, in goal making his debut. Aramburu making his debut at right back. Fisher, Salas making his debut at centre back. Eric Carl, Nagel, Jack Fletcher from Man United making his debut. We've brought a Man United centre mid in and we're selling those centre mid to Man United. Very interesting stuff. Hansen and Naro both making their debuts as well as Mendes and Magopa. So really, just the 3 players keep their place in the starting 11 from last year. And I think, yeah, that would pretty much be about right as well. There won't be anyone else. So that's the bench. We've obviously got it filled with youngsters. So hopefully we get off to a good start. Obviously, I don't expect us to go and win all of our opening games. But a win on the opening day would feel good. We are away from home and we are very much a new 11. So it's going to take a little bit of time for the boys to get that dynamics going, get their familiarity with the system, you know, all that stuff. And we've got a yellow card in the first minute. That must have been a hell of a start. But I would take a draw today. Brøndby and Nordsjælland, who we play in the second game of the episode, both expected to be in the top half. We're expected to finish third, so you never know. But like I say, we will take our time probably to gel a little bit. But you never know. We are going to stick with the 4-2-2 this season. I think it worked well enough last year, and I think with a better side, we will hopefully see some more for it. But Naro on the counter, not looking the quickest, does have to turn back. Plays it to Kike Salas, who again hasn't played much football, but hopefully he's quite good. Fletcher goes back to Salas into Nagel, who is leaving the club. So is he going to give his all? I suppose because he's probably coming back on loan. He probably still will. Naro looking for an option. Goes himself. There's some options there if you can find them. Mendes is there. And Pedro Mendes gets the first goal of the season. His first for the club on his debut. He is big. He is good at heading. So that is probably what we're going to see a lot of. And if Naro can keep doing that, he is left-footed and he prefers to be an inside forward. But that's a very good cross. So I really don't mind playing him on the left if he can cross into Mendes, who's on the right, because he's very big. So crosses from the left into the big striker on the right. Sounds perfect. But we do stand over a free kick and we could potentially go 2-0 up. Nagel, the wonder kid himself, swings one in, but it's a good save from the Brøndby keeper. And we're looking good. We're looking very positive. We've not really had any worries at the back. Not created a ton, but it's still early days. Like I say, it'll take a little bit for us to gel. That was a very, very poor corner, but Naro looking like a real sign and does really well to recover and just take it out for a throw-in. But we're looking good. We are looking good. Not seen much from Hansen yet. But like I say, it's still early doors. But Brøndby do have themselves a free kick, and it does hit the bar, and we just about get it clear. Naro doing the work to get it clear, and that was a little bit scary there. But Brøndby do get themselves forward again, but Kike Salas making them big. Hansen losing out, but Nagel does well to get a foot in, but Brøndby keep going, and they are going back again. I thought the highlight would have been done, but it's not done. Brøndby still getting themselves forward. They are moving the ball well, and they are swinging it in. Whew, and I think we just about intercepted it. Goes out for a corner. Brøndby to take the corner in front of our away end. Iversen comes out, claws at it, and just about gets it clear, and Fletcher will get it up to Carl, who loses it straight away. But it didn't matter. We do go into the half. 1-0 up. Very good stuff. Very happy with that. And we will just tell the boys we're disappointed, because that always seems to work on Football Manager. If you're losing 1-0, if you're winning 1-0, you can still say you're disappointed. We've looked good. We have looked good. Haven't seen too much of Hansen, so we are going to bring Tobias back on, who is left-footed, but that suits being an inside forward, so he can come on to that side and hopefully show why he should be the starting boy rather than Hansen. Obviously, we didn't pay a ton for Hansen. I think it was about 180k, so really not bad there. Really not bad at bit of business, even if he doesn't really work out. But hopefully he does, and that's really well picked up from back, but it's just slow to get to it. Amarabu comes out to try and close down. Back also closing down. We don't have Beck and back now, so I need to remember it's just back. There's no Beck. We sold Beck. We've got back. It was very hard to remember which was which. Not seeing much from Magopa, given that he's expected to be the big boy this year. Nagel and Fletcher not really cooking in midfield either. A little bit concerning, but again, it's early days. We will stay with it. Carl whips one in. Mendes gets there, and Pedro Mendes. Tell you what, big strikers for me have been very, very useful in this journeyman. We had Gusev in Belarus. We had who was the big striker we had at Tabor? We had a couple. We had a couple big boys there, and they all kind of worked out. Good tackle from Amarabu, but it comes to the edge of the box. Thankfully goes over. But yeah, we've got another big boy in Mendes, who is looking a little bit tired. So we will take him off. We'll bring Brockstedt on, who's pretty good last year, actually. So given the fact that he was in quite a poor team, he was pretty much the only goal scorer. So happy with him, happy for him to keep going. And we do look much better today. We look much, much better. We've really limited the amount of chances that they've had, which fills me with a lot of joy. And we will bring my boy on. Max Benichak comes on for his debut. We will. It's an important game. We'll just leave it there. I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess it up too much. But Banachek comes on for his debut. Love to see it. The former Tabor man himself. Obviously, we've signed a couple, and that's very poor from us there. And we've allowed them in, and Iversen does really well to read it. Gets himself on it. It's a very poor finish, but he does well. And we'll have to be careful. Again, they're still learning the system. Little bit poor from us. Iversen just hits it up. Brockstedt doesn't get there, but Nagel does. Picks it up, and he finds Banachek, who we know is rapid. Banachek cuts inside. Banachek still going. Banachek to Fletcher. And he really needed to hit it with his right. He took it with his left. He must be very one-footed. But Banachek, very good again. Rapid. I was hoping he was just going to go himself. We love Banachek. Obviously, the main man at Tabor once we signed him. He was unbelievable. What a man he was. And I think we've paid, obviously, probably a little bit too much for him, given that he's probably not up to this level, perhaps. But you never know. He might be just one of those players that now we've got some good facilities around him. He's only 20 years old. Oh, Fletcher's had a howler. What is Fletcher doing? Right, Fletcher's coming off. He had a chance to score and he fluffed it. Yeah, we're taking him off. Casper Green's coming on. No, we'll bring Nick Ulam on because he's a little bit fitter. But that's very poor from Fletcher. We don't need to be making those silly mistakes. And we've let Brøndby back in with 5 minutes to go. I'm also actually... We're going to chuck time wasting on as well, because we do not want to throw away this win. This was a very good win. Pedro Mendes getting a brace on his debut. Both from crosses on the left-hand side as well. Oh, don't throw it away, boys. Come on. We were off to such a good start. We were in added time. Do not throw it away, please. We were so good. They've got themselves in. Oh, my God, Iversen. What a man. He is 10 times the goalkeeper that Hutter is. And Brøndby whip it in. We just about get it out another corner. We are struggling. We are holding on. We are really holding on. Brøndby whipping again. Iversen. I love him. I love him already. I love him. What a proper goalkeeper. We've got another highlight. Ulam into Aramburu. Plays it up to back. Who can find an option in the middle. Doesn't. Goes back to Aramburu. Back to back. Back to back. Into Nagel. Into Ullum. Ullum again. Get in. Nick Ullum finishes off. The keeper dived. It deflected back to him. It was an easy finish, but he did do it. Thank God. We've got the third. And that is it. There is another highlight, though. But it shouldn't matter even if they do score. Lovely stuff from Ullum off the bench. Getting his, I think it'll be his first goal for the club. I can't imagine he scored last season. Brøndby do get themselves forward. We need to obviously be careful about this because we are letting them in a little bit. Obviously, there isn't much time left, so it shouldn't make a difference. Very good stuff from Ullum there, he's looked good. He's looked good off the bench. Fair play. The changes definitely made us worse, so we'll keep that in mind for our next game. But yeah, obviously we do need to give the youngsters some game time as well. Part of the club visions to improve youngsters. So we do need to do that. Nagel needs to get there, doesn't. And now they've got themselves in. This is worrying. Iverson, I thought made a very good save, but I think it just hit the bar. But yeah, they were very good in those last 10 minutes, but we were the better team for the 80. So even though stats-wise it looks a bit harsh on us, we've had so many more shots on target. Need to see more from the boys up top, though. I think Mendes very good. Narrow was good. But other than that, need to see a little bit of stuff. But it's a very good start of the season. We were in a relegation scrap this year. I don't think we're going to be in one this year. Definitely got to be aiming top half. And again, that's a team who are going to be up there. So it's a good result to win 3-1 away from home on the opening day. Very, very good result. So we will come back. Very good stuff from Mendes. We will come back for the Nordsjælland game. So we are back for the second game of the episode, and actually before we get into it, there is some transfer business that has gone down. So Nagel has left the club. He's gone to Man United for 8.5 million. However, we've got him back on loan for the season, and we're not paying anything. We don't need to pay anything. He can be recalled though, so that's a little bit worrying, but I guess we don't have any sort of like positioning things or anything like that. So hopefully, no worries. He will, of course, be going to Man United once the loan is done. So we've got £8.5 million. Glenn Rash has went to Viborg on loan for the season. Already played two games somehow. 2 assists and a player of the match. So, yeah, fair play. How do they play two? I guess they played, 2 games pretty quick together. Fair play to Glenn Rash. He's having a very good start there. He should do well because he's probably a first division player. So he's went out on loan there. Hopefully get plenty of games and improve. And then the last one to leave is Marvin Seibold. He's went to Legia in Poland on a season-long loan. They are paying all of his wages plus some fees. They also have an optional future fee as well on him. So if they wanted to pay it, they could. We have brought one player in, David Otorbi, who joins us. He is... What the hell is that valuation? What? He is not that good. Like, he's good. He's good. He's not that good. How? How is it that high? Does he have really good... He's been playing for Valencia. He wasn't that good. Does he have really high... He's got a decent reputation, but nothing crazy. He's got a massive release clause in of £96 million, so I don't need to worry about him. He looks very average. He just looks quick. Apparently, has he got a lot of potential? He could improve a lot. So, I don't know. Either we've undercovered a gem or this valuation's just crazy. But yeah, well, we've got him on a 2-year deal. 19 grand a week we're paying him. But we can afford that now because, like I say, we've got plenty of money now. The financial troubles of the club sorted in one season. You don't need to worry about me. I'm a financial wizard when it comes to this game. I will sort out any situation. Very good stuff. We were 10 million in debt, 10 million in the red. We're now 12 million positive. And even if we paid off all our loans, we'd still be in positive. So there you go. I would say let's just pay off some of these loans. What have we got left? 575k. Let's just get that one gone. Just get it gone. Just get it done. Save on the interest. Maybe pay a fee or something. But who cares? Anyway, so this is what we're going to go with. Otorbi's going to make... Hang on, let me go to the team selection. Otorbi's going to make his debut because I wasn't really too impressed with any of the right mids. Mendes, the main man, 2 goals on his debut. Oh, he looks mint, doesn't he? He looks very good. I'm happy with him. 2 goals on his debut. Hopefully see a little bit more of Magopa. He wasn't fit, though. So let's remember, he wasn't fit for his debut. So hopefully see some more out of him. Narrow, very good debut on the left. Everything else stays the same. Mesa back on the bench, not fit enough to play though. Poulsen back on the bench is fit as well. Tobias back will probably be leaving as well. He's got a bid of 3.1 million to Sparta Prague. We don't need him now. We've got Hansen who can play on the right, Banachek who can play on the left, Brockstedt and Poulsen up top, Green and Ullum in midfield. Kanagaard centre-back, and then Mesa full-back, and then obviously once he comes into it, hopefully will be our starting player, but obviously needs to get fit. But Amarabu did well enough on his debut, so happy enough with the boys that we've got. One change just on the wing, but we had a very good opening game, so there's not really any need to make big changes. I do think, obviously, changing the right mid doesn't really matter. He probably won't have a great debut because he's not fit, but hopefully he gets some fitness. Again, a draw would be a very decent result here, but a win, even better, would really show our what's the word? Our intentions. You never know. We could even get ourselves in a title challenge. But I said this, I don't want to go too far ahead of myself and say it now when we just won the opening day. We'll see how we get on as the season goes. Very poor from Fletcher. He's not looking amazing. I'll tell you that. He's not looking amazing. He's had some sloppy passes already. Norgeland were in, but it was well covered by Kike Salas. But it was a very poor clearance from Salas, and they've gone ahead. Norgeland do lead the game, and that all comes from a very sloppy Fletcher pass. Not sure about him. He's given away the ball too many times now for my liking. And they've gone 2-0 up. Oh, I shouldn't have said it. I said it. We're in a title challenge. And then as soon as you say it, you just get humbled. 2 goals in 7 minutes. Oh, not very good from us. We crash all the way down to 8th. What's happening? Bloody hell. That's quite the drop, isn't it? It's a brutal league, especially in the early seasons, but you went from like 2nd there to like 8th. Norgeland, right. Oh, it's a Torby now. What is with this? Oh my God, I don't know what we're doing. We could easily be 3-0 down here. Very poor, very poor. We were very good in the first game, but this has been poor. Let's get ourselves back into it. Fisher gets himself up for the header. I thought it said Fletcher, it was Fisher. But unfortunately, nothing comes of it. Let's just get 1 goal, and then we'll sort ourselves out from there. Because this is crazy. I mean, Norgeland might just be a good side. They are expected to do well. But we've just had a very, very sloppy... We just look all over the place. We don't look composed in the slightest. We look a little bit like headless chickens, kind of just running around and making sloppy passes. Hopefully Fletcher can put out a better pass this time. He does. Finds Narrow on the left. Narrow swings one in. Thought we were aiming for Mendes, but picks up by Amarabu, who gets himself in. But unfortunately, I thought he was going to try and cut it back, but he went for goal. It wasn't a bad effort, but unfortunately, nothing comes of it. But we do have a corner. What am I talking about? A throw in. Fletcher does well. Gets it back to Carl. Mendes hits the bar. Oh, I thought we were seeing another goal from Mendes. We whip in, but their goalkeeper comes out and collects. I thought Mendes had got himself another. Wasn't to be. Was a crossbar effort, but we could be okay with Mendes. I feel like he's got plenty of goals in him, this boy. He looks good. Fletcher on a 6.8 is shocking because he's been the fault for the first goal. So I don't know how that works. Norgeland, they look like the Arsenal of free kick takers. They've just done really well again, but thankfully Atorbi, he's looking bad, but he's done really well there. And Atorbi has got lots of pace. There's some flares going off. What is going on? Is this a derby or something? To be fair, I didn't look up what the AGF, what our rivals were. Fletcher into Atorbi. Can he do something with it? He can run fast. He can do something with it. Finds Mendes. Mendes finishes. That's his 3rd in 2. We've got ourselves a goal scorer. Love it. Mendes gets us back in the game. Good assist from Atorbi. Did really well. And it does make it 2-1, and it looks a little bit better now. We're only down as 4th now. We've gone from 8th to 4th, even though we're still losing. Let's get a second better half in. A very weird opening game. But we've seemed to pull ourselves together a little bit and got ourselves back in it. Right, we'll leave the rest as is. Magopa. I'm not sure of him. Hasn't looked great. He's still getting fitness, though. He might just be one of those players that takes a little while to get going. But Carl into Magopa, who goes down. Looked a little bit soft to me. He's going to check VAR, the referee. It looked a little bit soft to me, but if he's won us a penalty... and that's perfectly acceptable striker play, in my opinion. I don't mind that. But it did look a little bit soft. Be surprised if he gives it. I'm surprised because he's given it. It's 2-1. A chance to make it 2-2. Not sure who's going to be our regular penalty taker. Is that Mendes? It is Mendes. Could he get his 4th? Oh, he does. 4 in 2. This boy is unreal. One of them was a penalty, but he's unreal. 2-2. We've come back from behind to level the game up. And now it's anyone's game. If we can get something going, it's anyone's game. We are going to take... Well, I was going to take Fletcher off because he's not played that well and he is on a yellow card, but we will leave it for now because there is a highlight, a foreman, and it looks like Norgeland will be the ones to benefit from the highlight because they are the ones getting themselves forward. But Nagel The Man United boy. I can't call him a wonder kid anymore. He's more of a... Oh, it's terrible from the striker. It's just so bad. I'm not convinced by him at all. But he does really well to recover it there. And we do look a little bit like we've got some sloppy passes in us. I do see that in us. But that's a good ball from Fletcher. And now Magopa, nearly gets his first goal for the club, but unfortunately, it's a good save. I'm not sure why he's the corner taker. But I'm not going to question it. He's probably good at them. Not really, because I've seen him do two, and those were two terrible corners. Atorbi picks up the loose ball. But that's the end of it. We are currently sitting second. I'm sure Silkeborg are newly promoted as well. They're sitting top of the league. So, still Copenhagen to play their game, though, who you would expect to win the league. Midtjylland actually won it last year, but they're actually off to a bit of a slow start. Nick Ullum did really well off the bench, so we'll bring him on again. He could be another future star. Do we want to make... I'll bring Banachek on as well. Give him some fitness. Love myself some Banachek. So he's going to come on, as is Ullum, two of the substitutes we made last game, and we will leave the rest as is. Atorbi is looking a little bit tired, so we will obviously take him off as well. Mads Hansen, need to see a little bit more from that boy. Not seeing anything enough from Magopa, so he's going to come off for Poulsen. And I think we leave the rest as is. We don't really need to make any more changes. Mace is still not fit enough to come on. We probably need a ball winner midfielder. That actually is something I need to probably look at in the market. We do need a ball winner. I'd love to see Banachek get a winner here. That would just send me crazy because I love Banachek, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. A draw is not a bad result. I would take a draw, to be honest. I think a win and a draw now are open to against two teams that are probably going to do well this year. Happy enough with that. Brøndby won their second game, so they're obviously not a bad side. So 2 goals down, but we did manage to pull it back. Another double from Mendes. We have got our main striker. He looks good. We've got our boy up top. Happy with that. So we do currently sit in third in the league after 2 games. Second in the league after 2 games. Probably be third after Copenhagen win their game though. So looking good. We're in the top half, and that's where the board want us to be. I want us to try and get into Europe, but the first goal is to just get into the top half. Obviously there are only 22 games in the preliminary phase, so it only goes till about March, so it's not a crazy season. Most months there's a bit of a winter gap as well. There's no games in January, so that must be hell on earth if you're playing in Europe, because you've got to come back for those European games unfit. That must be terrible. But we won't worry about that because we're not in Europe, which is probably helpful to us as well, because we don't have to play those European games, which is getting everyone tired. So I think we're looking good. We probably need a ball winner. We probably need a striker. Not convinced on this by Magopa. I've been scoring plenty in South Africa, but I mean, stats-wise, he doesn't look that good. He just looked kind of okay. I haven't given up on him. I just think we need another one. So we'll keep a lookout. Potentially need a left back maybe as well, but that's not a huge concern to me. So a ball winner, a striker. Happy enough with the wingers. I think we're going to be okay. So that'll do it for this episode. We will play a few games. We'll play probably 8 or so league games. Come back around game 10. That'll give us a good indication of where we are, I think. And we'll pick it up from there. So I don't know exactly what games it'll be. But it'll be about 8 games from now. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll come back for Aalborg and Nordsjælland. Sorry, Nordsjælland. We'll come back for you again. But we'll play those 2 when we come back. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the European Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.